The first and foremost duty of a priest is to the truth. But as a priest, I'm not only obliged to the truth, I'm also obliged to teach you. I'm obliged to save your souls more than teach you. And I want to say two little things here, two advice for your personal life. The first one is, whatever I say in my lecture today or what I said yesterday is of no value whatsoever to you if you do not stay in the state of grace. You are here not to hear some nice stories, which I can provide, rest assured, but you're not here to hear some nice stories. You're here to learn on how to save your soul. So apart from the topic that I will deal with in 5 minutes from now, I want to tell you two things. There is two tricks to beat the devil to his awful game. And the number one is the 5 Saturdays of reparation. I was asked yesterday, I'm not breaking the seal of confession when I say that, I was asked yesterday several times on how to do the 5 Saturdays, and I said I will answer that question today. Now, to be on the safe side, I will give you the strict rules only. Our Lady made some concessions, but to be on the safe side, I give you the strict rule. On the first Saturday of the month, you go, and if you have to drive and take a vacation day, it's worth your soul. You go to a traditionalist priest and confess. Then you receive communion. Then you say the rosary in front of the Blessed Sacrament. And then you meditate for 15 minutes on the significance of the 15 mysteries of the rosary, which are the representation of the history of salvation. I say again, confession, communion, rosary, and 15 minutes meditation to help Our Lady. Not that she needs help, but she wants you to help her digesting, as I would say, the offenses, the incredible and innumerable offenses against her Immaculate Heart. If you do this for 5 Saturdays in a row, 5 first Saturdays of a row, in a row, let's say you start November, we've got October is past, November, December, January, February, March, first Saturday. If you do that strictly according to the rule I gave you, without using any of the concessions given, you can be on the safe side. And in that case, Our Lady will absolutely, definitely, and positively assist you in your hour of death. Don't take it too easy, because if somebody does the 5 Saturdays and then says, now I may go on and sin freely, he will have a nice surprise at the Last Judgment, because Our Lady will be there to help him, but he will not want the help because he will be hardened in his sin. So keep fighting, keep staying in the life of grace, but do the 5 Saturdays. That's the only life insurance that I can recommend. And the second thing is, if you want to stay in the life of grace, you have to understand one thing about prayer. There is formal prayer and there's mental prayer. Get into a habit of mental and continued prayer. I love it when you tell me that you say the rosary in common in your family, 7 p.m., something like this. All of you kneel down, you handle the rosary beads, and you say a rosary in common. It's beautiful. Keep going to do so. But you can add to that. You could say the 15 mysteries every day the way I try to do it. I don't have the time to kneel down and pray. It sounds absurd, but sometimes I really don't. You get up in the morning, make the bed, first mystery. For the male people, you shave, second mystery. Take a shower, third mystery. Put the coffee in the percolator and drink the coffee, fourth mystery. Go down to your car, fifth mystery. Drive to work, another 5 mysteries, and so on. That's how you do it. And if you will find out one thing that I can almost guarantee to you. If you manage to get into a habit of saying the 15 mysteries every day, you will stay in the life of grace. But you have to go to frequent confession. Don't wait 5 weeks, and don't wait until you have to go. Next time you meet a traditional priest, go to confession. Next time after that, if a week or more has passed, you meet a traditional priest, go to confession. Ask him, bother him. Priests are there for. If a priest says, I don't have time to hear your confession, he will go to hell. Bother the priests. Yesterday I didn't hear a thing of Father Gruner's lecture because I was sitting back there hearing confession. And Father Gruner would be the first one to say, I did the better job. Because the sacraments are infinitely more important than the best lecture ever given. Stay in the life of grace, and you don't have to be afraid of the last punishment, the Third World War, the doom that is near. What do you care? If you're in the life of grace, you don't care. If you're in the life of grace, all you have to think about is to stay in the life of grace, to be able to escape hell when you die and when you receive your personal judgment. Don't waste your time with studying about when the last judgment is going to take place. Not even Our Lady knows that. Why would you know? God is not going to tell you, promise. Stay in the life of grace, be prepared. And if on the highway a truck runs you over, and you're in the life of grace, you will escape hell. That means you're saved. You might have to go through a horrible purgatory, but you're saved. Say the 15 mysteries, but remember that you do not have to kneel down for them. You do not have to use the beads. This is my rosary. God was gracious enough to give me 10 fingers, and I used them. That's 10 Hail Marys. Get into the habit of constant prayer, because I don't like switch on, switch off prayer. Okay, people, it's time for the rosary. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click. Pater noster qui es in celis sanctificetur nomen tuum. It's better you say the prayer like this than you don't say it at all. But get into the habit of prayer. Instead of wasting your time with finding out about visions, apparitions, and miracles, say another decade. Say another rosary. The rosary and the sacraments is the only way that you can possibly survive in this swamp of a world.